Hello, my name is Moksha, and welcome to Blissful Minds. So I just want to do this quick intro video to what I do so that people can watch this instead of having to wait in line to speak to me. So my modality is called intentional energy healing. We work very closely with several different energies and use it in a very intentional way because we believe that healing does not have to be complicated. It's all about intention. It's all about what we put into it. As a healer, I am not the one healing your body. I am just putting the energy in and I'm directing the different energies intuitively, knowing where to put it. But your body is the one that's actually doing the healing. And then we come to the main thing that we do, and that is trauma clearing. So I want to talk about what trauma actually is. Um, Mainstream therapies, mainstream media, mainstream with the government and everything that they do, they tell you that it takes years to get through trauma. It takes a lot of inner work. It takes all this effort on medications and therapy and all this garbage to get through life and to be healthy. And that's what it is. It's garbage. It is absolute garbage. So everyone has what's called a biofield. If you've heard of the auric field, it's part of that field there. And it extends 5 to 6 feet out from us. And they've actually done scientific research and proven that this exists. So the biofield is basically plasma. It's just an energy field. So we as human beings are energy, we're vibration. And so when we get a trauma, what happens is we do get some traumas in our body, and we can release those as well. A little more difficult, but most traumas get in our biofield as an electrical impulse. And so when we're doing most other modalities that say they do trauma healing, when we do inner work, when we do therapy, all those things, they're either doing one of two things. They're either putting a Band-Aid on it and covering it up, which I'm not a big fan of, or they are reducing the charge of that trauma, which is a good thing. But here's the problem. What if you get another trauma that resonates with that old trauma? All of a sudden, that new trauma comes in, that full charge, and says, hello, friend, and boom, that old trauma gets a new charge. Or another scenario, which is the most common one, is that you could be simply walking through a grocery store and your biofield crosses with someone else's biofield. And if that person has a trauma that resonates with yours, bam, there goes the charge again. And this is why people relapse all the time. This is why you could have worked for years to reduce the charge of a trauma and felt like it was totally dealt with and nothing wrong. And suddenly one day you're feeling all these emotions, you're feeling all these triggers, and you have no idea why. It's that simple. It could have just been simply interacting with someone else with a similar trauma and not even knowing it. So, what I do is I go in and literally remove the trauma. And I've been doing this long enough where I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it is gone for good. It will never come back. When I remove traumas, the emotions are gone, triggers are gone, and if you've learned what you need to from that trauma, often the memory will even fade away. It really is up to you on how the memory plays out, but I have done clearings with people that instantly they could barely even pull the memory up again afterwards. And so the beautiful thing about this is when the traumas are cleared, there's no processing needed. It is instantaneous. This is something that is just done and it's over with. This isn't a long drawn out process. I can clear one single trauma in literally seconds, or I can do what we call a trauma bomb, which is a buildup of energy. And then we pull multiple traumas in at once and then explode them out. And when we do a trauma bomb, this can be based off of a specific person, a specific emotion, a specific type of trauma. I do trauma bombs often on, say, religious trauma, trusting self, self-confidence, narcissist trauma. That's always a big one. And so what that'll do is that's going to pull in everything that's ready to be released based on that type of trauma. And on top of that, when I pull the traumas in, when I'm calling out what I'm getting with the intention, I am saying all the traumas based on that are given, received, and perceived. Because I find that a large portion of the traumas we have in our field are more perception than anything. So that's the gist of what we do. You can listen to me talk all day and I can explain this, but until you actually feel it, it is really difficult to understand exactly what it does. Most people hear me say this and they say, oh, we do trauma healing and whatnot. But I have worked with people that have been doing trauma healing for years and they've reduced the charge. And even with that charge reduced, I can promise you I can clear that trauma and you're still going to feel a difference and understand it. So I would just say, get a hold of me if you're interested. I do free consultations. I will do a call with you and I will give you a demonstration. That way you can actually feel it with no, you don't have to worry about paying for that. It's a free consultation. So let's talk about what this does though. When we release traumas, like literally release them that they can never come back, this opens the way for us to truly find who we are at the core. This opens the way for us to learn our purpose in life, for us to regain our power that we've given away for so many years. I would say the majority of my clients have actually been other practitioners, and it really has helped them step into who they are and identify what their purpose in this life is. A session typically lasts anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. I charge by the session, not by the hour, because I'm not going to stop right in the middle if we're working on something. So we go until we feel like we've hit a plateau for the day. And when I'm clearing traumas, I'm not just going in willy-nilly and just clearing whatever I can. I check in with your higher self. I check in with spirit. And I ask, can this be cleared at this time? Is there something else that needs to be cleared? I'm asking lots of questions throughout the process because I do not want to take a chance of clearing something that's not ready to be cleared. Because yes, traumas are there for a reason. They're there for us to learn. But if we have learned what we need to from them, then there is no sense in keeping them. There just simply isn't. I've had people that have approached me about this, and then they say, "Well, I don't feel like I'm ready at this time," and I just don't get that because how can you not be ready to let go of the past and move into the future? Now is the time. The energies of the world are shifting drastically. Even people that have not awakened are feeling the shift. Right now, the universe is saying it's either time to upshift or downshift. There is no staying the same. It is time to raise our vibration, heal the world, and make this place better for us all. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My number is accessible through my website, which is on the link for this. Please contact me and let's do a consultation and I can give you a demonstration of things. So along with the trauma healing, I also want to say that a session, the beginning of every session is just kind of talking, getting to know each other. And then on top of that, I will go through a whole process that takes about 5 or 10 minutes of cutting cords and attachments. I will do a quick balancing of your chakras. I will release any energy that you've taken on from others that's not yours. I remove stuck Kundalini energy from the back. I can check you for any energy weapons, vortexes, portals, curses, and hexes, or any other things that are not supposed to be on you. And basically, if it is something that exists and you know about it, ask me. I can probably clear it. So I go through that whole process to make sure that you're more you before we start clearing things. On top of that, I do energy healing in a very specific way. Like I said, I work with 11 different energies right now, and it's very intentional and targeted healing. So if there's any health concerns, please let me know and we can target those as well. And then we'll do also trauma release from the body. The body is a lot more resistant, so it takes a little more work. We have to do that in a different way. The other thing we do is releasing generational trauma. So we have generational trauma within our body that is part of our DNA when we're born. And we can actually release that and reset the body. When we remove any traumas from the body, we are literally resetting the body back to factory standards afterwards, to the point where I did it on a pregnant woman once, released the trauma of her previous births. And afterwards, she said it felt like it was her first pregnancy after having 5 kids already. And she was only in labor for 2 hours and had to push twice. And then when we're talking about generational trauma, most trauma generational that we feel actually comes into our biofield. So there is a continuous feed from the generations that is coming into our biofield. So what I do is go in and cut those chains of generational trauma, release that from coming in any longer, and then clear everything out of the biofield. We can do this out of the body as well. So that's the basic things. If you have any concerns or anything that's going on with you that you have not been able to find help with, please reach out and ask me, and I can let you know if that's something I can deal with. There's been very few things that I've found that I am not able to deal with, because when it comes down to it, it is all about intention. With the right intention and the energies, almost anything is possible. I truly believe that, and I hope you do as well. So thank you so much for watching this. I look forward to hearing from you, and you have an amazing day, an amazing life, and amazing healing journey. Step into that journey and have a great time doing it.